Hey, how's everybody doing? What's going on? We got a big weekend, NFL. First of all, I'm Nooch, Neighborhood Picks. No one ever sees this. I've been stuck for 3 months. How you doing? TikTok, I'm fooling around, daydreaming. I'm getting 50 followers a day, coming up on 2,000. Anyway, this is my sports diary. How you doing, all my friends out there? Um, Big weekend this weekend. We got a triple header tomorrow. And we got Minnesota at Cincy. Feels like the poop emoji, but you look a little closer. They're both 7-6. We got Minnesota +3 at Cincy. Browning's hot. Back-to-back dubs. Minnesota's got a tough D. 15 points allowed the last 8 weeks. 15 points a game. Cincy's 4-0 versus NFC teams. So we got a few things going on there. But Minnesota's 4-0 versus the spread the last 4 games. So right away, the first game, we got things to talk about. But I wanted to get I got a little story for you guys. It's a good one because a lot of my friends like it when I tell the stories in the live stream. Sometimes I'll go on a tangent and it'll make me think of something in my life. And there we go. So I wanted to talk about, first of all, this is about the Giants and Tommy DeVito. I'm getting excited now. I'm getting excited. There was a little debate on the sports radio show. I touched on it quickly. I left the story, so it disappeared. I didn't want to make problems, but I did want to put the statement out there that, okay, I'm Italian. I'm proud. I have humor. I love to joke. I can make fun of myself, this, that. But I also have a pulse on society. I'm a 44-year-old guy. I grew up in the Northeast in the 90s, melting pot. So I think that I'm a good guy to be able to say what I see, how I feel, and get a discussion on it. This is what I'll say about the Tommy DeVito stuff with the overdoing it with the Italian. Do I have a problem with Tommy Cutlets? Of course not. Do I have a problem with skits? Of course not. I love skits. I love comedy. I have a problem with anchors, announcers at the head of a desk to open a sports show who are not the people who should be making off-color jokes. Like, hey, break his legs. I'm going to give him an offer he can't refuse. What is this, fucking 1960? What are you talking about? Shut your mouth. First of all, I don't like that. That's disrespectful. When Jeremy Lin was doing Insanity for the Knicks, you didn't see the guys on SportsCenter going, Linsanity, chop, chop. That would be disrespectful. And I'm going to give you an example because when there's a problem, I look inwards. I blame myself. Like, that's how my father raised me. Like if something happens, it's your fault. You better be alert. You better be aware. Get on top of it. From living on this earth the last 44 years, I see what bothers people, and I'm about bringing people together. I'm not about division. So out of respect to other races, I don't even use a color of a person as an adjective. I wouldn't dare make an ignorant like stereotype like phrase like that. Like if like a black guy did something, scored a touchdown, I'm not gonna say something stupid like to try to sound not who I am. So why is a person on Sports Center or this going, hey, we're gonna welcome today, Tommy? Like, yo, that's highly offensive. Okay, so we're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut that shit. Comedy. Serious announcers making off-color Italian jokes. No. Okay, now here's the story time. It's a half and halfer show today. My story time. First of all, I'd like to know: Are we going with the 6 on the Giants? I get sidetracked, but I always come back around. The Giants are +6, and I'm excited again. Remember all the Subway Super Bowl talk I was saying? Well, I don't expect anything right now, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't love DeVito right now. I heard Carl Banks on the radio when I was driving this week saying he was actually scrambling in 7-on-7 drills in July, not knowing what he was doing. And the progress he's made from July to now, he's blown away, and he doesn't give anybody credit. So for Carl Banks to praise him on the radio, along with what I've seen, man, I'm excited. You never know when a guy is going to be a guy. Tom Brady, when did he go? 7 millionth? Like, a lot of these guys, you don't know. Tony Romo was kind of the same. Tony Romo, Bill Parcells took a liking to him, and the quarterback was on cocaine. That's how Romo got in. I think it was Quincy Carter. He was doing rails. He tested positive for coke, and then some Romo was getting in, and that's how that happened. But a lot of times, the quarterback position, you could have a guy that looks the part and this, and then if there's a guy who's just got balls and just has a feel for the position, smart, you never know, man. So I'm happy for Devito. He's a Don Bosco prep kid, Northern New Jersey, powerhouse high school program, and that's my connection with to Devito and Don Bosco prep. Don Bosco prep has been a nationally ranked powerhouse in North Jersey for 25 years. They began their state championship run when I was in high school. We beat them my junior year, and they improved drastically from my junior year to my senior year. And here's where the Nooch true Clifton High School story starts. So real quick, I'll make it quick. It's my senior year, big year. So now we're 2 games in, but we dropped our first game to Bergen Catholic, another national powerhouse. So we got crazy teams on the schedule. So now we're 1-1, and we're coming into game 3, and we're playing at Don Bosco Prep. So let me back up. Game 2, Saturday afternoon, we finished the game. Saturday night into Sunday morning, I get laid out with a flu. I'm talking one of the worst one of my life. I was sick as a dog. I was out of school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm the quarterback of Clifton, right? Now, you're like, oh, now this is why I stopped on Wednesday. For some reason, my bad luck, we played Don Bosco Prep that year, week 3, at Don Bosco Prep on a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night game. Oh, so Thursday rolls around. They break the rules for me. They're usually like, if you don't practice, you can't play. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, they wanted to win, and I was playing a position where it was hard, you know. So so I didn't even have to go to school. But the bad part was I wasn't better. I had 103.5 fever, and I was thinking to myself, "Oh my God, I might go to the upper room right now." And now the coaches are calling my father, and my father, I'm gonna check on him. You know, they're can he just get to the field? We need him, papa. So all of a sudden, my father sits down. He's like, "All right." He's like, let me tell you something. I had some of my best games sick. Don't listen to Daddy. I had some of my best games sick. I think you could do it. And I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker, oh, no, I don't know. So I'm like, I felt like I was going to die, knock on wood, So I had the 103 fever, and I made it to the game. And so listen to what my dad says. He's like, don't worry. He's like, once you start moving around, sweating, you're not even going to feel sick. He's like, you'll just be way sicker after. Oh, thanks, Dad. Okay, so I already got it in my mind that I'm going through with it. So I don't ever want to hear about a Michael Jordan flu game. Please. That's peanuts. Seriously. I'm not saying I'm Michael Jordan, but I am saying he wasn't as sick as me. So I get to the field, we get to the game, and now my junior year, we beat the shit out of Don Bosco Prep in Clifton Stadium. The kid had 2 touchdowns, and our star running back, Joey Harrow, had 5 touchdowns. And I think we put up 49 on him or something. So even though I was sick as a dog, I was like, all right, we're going to tear shit up tonight and get out of here, and then I'll go rest. So it was such a weird game because if anybody knows me, I'm a throwing quarterback. 5'10", $160 back then, but I had an arm. I was the ace pitcher on the baseball team, and I had an arm. So I had the speed of a tailback, but if you catch me rolling on a corner, and there could be a whole lane of field, but if my boy Mikey Weiss is running that 35-yard post corner, I'm throwing it every time. You know why? Because we had great tailbacks, like the best I've ever seen to this day. That's how good they were. And sometimes they would get that rock. We beat the shit out of a team, and next thing you know, I look up and I'm 7 for 8. So I know that I'm not going to be able to throw. So anyway, I like to throw. all the time. So, like, it was like the whole night was weird. It's 0-0, we get the ball. So we're driving down, and I don't know what's about to take place yet. But a little pass play from like the 20. I roll, waggle, little Noochie waggle right. I look, and for some reason, the field was kind of like extra open, but a nice lane. And I went right to the end zone. Boom, little spike job. I thought I was gonna get the flag, and I kind of looked. I still remember it. I went in with the ball up, and I went down, and I kind of looked. No flag. I was like, whoa, it's gonna be easy tonight. Well, okay, so I ran in, which never really happened because I always love to throw and business decisions. 3-sport athlete. I don't give a shit. I'll fight you in the parking lot after school, but I'm not running if I could throw. So we take the lead, 6-0. And we never made another yard. They beat the shit out of us. And that's when Don Bosco Prep started their national power run that they're still on today. I mean, I know they're up there, perennial state powerhouse. They were ranked in the nation, USA Today, when I was in high school. And Tommy Devito was there about 10 years ago. So you see what kind of program they are. But that's my story with Don Bosco Prep. Sickest I ever was in my life, 103 fever. I proved a lot to myself what the powers of the mind could do. I ran a touchdown, and then we got the shit beat out of us. I was about 2 for 30. I'm not going to try to brag on myself all the time. I got the shit kicked out of me. Our running backs didn't make a yard. Our great running backs, we got destroyed. And then we didn't realize that they were awesome. So, like, we were like, oh, my God. We were on the bus on the way home at 1 and 2, like, oh, my God. We got to win 5 in a row just to make the playoffs. Because in those days, only 4 teams made the high school playoffs. Now it's 8. You could be like fucking 500 and get in. My junior year, we were 6 and 2 at the deadline and didn't get in. We could have fucking won the state championship. We didn't even make the states. So my senior year, we started 1 and 2 after the game 3, what I just told you. And I had the fever and all that shit. So now we're looking at the schedule. We're like, oh shit, we got to win every game because we had to be at least 6 and 2 at the deadline. You're probably saying, well, how could you be 6 and 2 again and get in this year? Game 8, we had another nationally ranked team, David Tyree and Montclair. The year before, junior year, we had them beat in Clifton Stadium. I had a couple tutties that day. Tyree caught a ball in the last second to beat us with no time. We lost. But we knew we could hang with them. But forget that. We had to win 4 in a row and get to them. We were 1 and 2. We won the 4 in a row, 5 and 2. We went to Montclair. Every game in the state got canceled. It was a Saturday. It was a hurricane, worse than any game I've seen on TV this year. Montclair said, no, we want to play. They wanted to show us. We went there and we beat them. It was like the greatest memory I've ever had with the team. We were 1 and 2. We were dejected. We got the shit kicked out of us twice in the first 3 weeks by Bergen Catholic, eventual state champ, nationally ranked. Don Bosco Prep, eventual state champ, nationally ranked, different group. And then Montclair at the end, state champ, nationally ranked. I don't know how we had them on our schedule, but we beat Montclair and Tyree. And then we went to the playoffs, baby. So we got there, and then we ran into Greg Olson's dad, the head coach of Wayne Hills, New Jersey. And the Nooch, we took him down the field on what would have been known as the drive. And at the 1, we got a phantom holding call up at Wayne Hills. I don't know. I'm not saying nothing, but that's the guy that beat up the wrestling coach for having the guys cut weight. I wouldn't be surprised because we had him, but we'll never get that one back. But, hey, it is what it is. But that's my correlation. Got some good games tomorrow. I love Tommy DeVito. Do we take the 6? Let me know. And, yeah, man, Jordan flu game. I'm not really impressed. Nooch, take it easy.